Plastic versus metal water pump impeller. Which one is right for your application? Today we're going to talk about all the key differences and which one you should buy for your car. First things first, what is a water pump? In my hand I have our water pump out of our Mark 8 Golf R, and this actually sits in a plastic housing underneath the intake manifold. And there's a lot of different applications of where the water pump sits or how it's actually pumping coolant through the car. But its job is to take all of these vanes from this impeller, which is going to be our rotating assembly here, suck up coolant and push it towards all of the orifices that we need to cool the car down. Now, they're driven in many different ways. This one is driven by a belt. You can be driven by a shaft. It could be driven by even electric motor. So now that we know how a water pump works, let's talk about the differences of a plastic impeller versus a metal impeller. In my hand, you'll see I have both options here, and it really just depends on your application on which one will best fit for you. Let's talk about the pros of a plastic water pump impeller. It's lightweight, so it can rotate more freely and put less stress on the bearings. It's corrosion resistant, so it's not going to corrode like a metal unit would, and it's cheaper to manufacture. We always like to save costs where we can. So let's talk about the cons of a plastic water pump impeller. Plastic is a great material, but it has some negative aspects when used in a car. The impeller lives in coolant all of its life, and if it's plastic, it can cause it to deteriorate, warp, crack. I've even seen the impeller fall off the shaft completely and no coolant flowing. All of these factors lead to a shorter lifespan of the water pump in your vehicle. So how do we solve for some of the problems that we have with the plastic water pump impeller? A metal one. There are some downfalls, but let's talk about the positives. A metal water pump impeller is going to be more durable. The metal is stronger and is less prone to cracking like plastic. It's going to be more heat resistant. So when we're at the track getting the car really hot, there's less chance of the pump failing or warping, which leads to long-term reliability. But there are some things that we need to consider when going to a metal impeller. It's more prone to corrosion. It's metal, it's sitting in coolant the whole time. And if you don't drive it a lot and get a lot of heat cycles in it, it can start to rust. It's going to be heavier. It's going to put more wear on the bearings because metal itself is going to be heavier than plastic. And we have to be very careful on what application we use this for. Say if I have this metal impeller in an aluminum block and it catastrophically fails. The metal is going to chew up my aluminum block, which might not be fixable. And in that case, a plastic water pump would probably be the better choice for you because if it fails, we can easily replace it and save the block. Now you know the differences between a metal impeller and a plastic impeller. It's not an easy choice, and there's a lot of factors that go into play when selecting that for your vehicle. However, we've done all the hard work for you at fcpguerrero.com, where you can input your vehicle and we have all of the options that are best for your car. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.